Today is a new day to another day to. I can't even get my words out. Another day, and I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna keep it in. But today is another day to reflect on life and another chance to get things right in life. A lot of people feel like they've made mistakes in life and they can't start over. But every day, seeing the trees, seeing the sun, feeling the wind, it's a blessing, to have all your senses, alert. You can see, you can taste, you can feel, you can hear things. A lot of people don't have that blessing, but if you're watching this video, you have another chance to be productive, another day to be productive. Things that you always aspired to do in life, you can do it now. You have another chance at life to do the things you want to do. Another day to get to start from scratch. Have a blank canvas. You have a blank canvas to do the things. Create a new path in your life. A lot of people think, because of the new day, that they have another day to be depressed, another day to just mope in their despair in life, But this is another day, another chance to get things right. Maybe you had a disagreement with someone, a spouse, a friend, a family member. You have another chance to get things right, to get things corrected. Things that that you did wrong. You have another chance to get it right. Especially if you're not in prison or anything like that. You have another chance to get things right in life, to get things corrected. Be productive. Take every hour of the day to be productive. Of course, you gotta rest. You gotta get your rest, but you have another chance, another day to correct things. I ain't gonna lie. Some days, I have my lazy days. But when you get a new day, start from scratch, and get yourself up and really work and be productive. Like I'm here right now on YouTube, being productive, talking to you guys, being productive in my day, or in my way as well, to be motivational to you guys, give you motivation for the day, to really get out there and pursue the things you want to pursue in life, and I'm grateful for this community I have on this channel. We're really growing on this channel, open-minded conversations, and just be productive. Get up and turn on your camera and just talk. You can create a video journal, about your life. And so, I can encourage you today just to be productive, and stay on your grind. Whatever you want to pursue in life, you can pursue. You can do it. Anything you put your mind to, just be productive. Plan your life out the way you want to, and let no one stop you from the things you're trying to create in life. A lot of people may try to get in the way. And a lot of people in your life are there because you chose to have them in your life. You chose to have them people sticking around in your life. You're out there in a bad relationship and you choose to stay in that relationship, and you shouldn't be in that relationship, and they're slowing down your productivity in life because you chose to keep them in your life. Something is holding you back from letting people go that is no good to your life, and that's holding you back from your purpose and your destiny in life. And I encourage you to let go of anything that's holding you back from being productive, because you have another day, You know, you have another chance at being who you desire to be. So again, appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, all right, peace.